Many people are buried in debt. They're living paycheck to paycheck.
I remember every time the phone rang being afraid that I was a debt collector.
Most aren't prepared for retirement. Some may be doing well financially, but are time-starved.
I knew how to make money, but man, did I know how to spend money.
Some people are just going through the motions without any dreams or goals.
We came to this country looking for a better life. We ended up like everybody else, just going home to work, home to work.
Some are looking for a change, but don't have the tools and information to help them get ahead.
I was one of those guys where money seemed to vanish out of my pocket. And then I get around these guys, and their thinking was so different.
We had no good information in our lives from an area of finance when we got started.
No, not at all.
We were taught that work hard, play hard, and being in debt was a natural thing.
We were really in what I would call debt denial.
We were $800,000 in debt.
$300,000 or $400,000 in debt.
$212,000 in debt.
People are drowning in personal debt. It should be noted that if you are in debt, the interest you pay on that debt makes you someone else's asset. So while your debt is a liability for you, your indebtedness is an asset for someone else. That's why some call it being trapped in a financial matrix, because others benefit by your struggle, and they are incentivized to keep things from changing. To protect the status quo, we are taught things such as, it's normal to be in debt for homes, cars, recreational vehicles, and vacations. It's just the way things work. Everybody is doing it. And besides, if you don't finance things, you'll never have anything nice. And the big one, if you can afford the payment, you can afford the purchase. We've all heard these things, but they are simply not true. In fact, buying into these truisms can keep you permanently trapped in the financial matrix. But there is a way out. Introducing Life's financial training and services, designed not only to give you the information and training to get out of debt and stay out of debt, but the actual tools necessary to do so. The Financial Fitness Program is unique in that it addresses all three critical areas of personal finance. The defense, getting out of debt and keeping more of what you earn. The offense, building a nest egg and adding additional streams of income. The playing field, understanding the monetary system in which we live.
I think your pillow feels softer. There's not as much weighing on you.
We walk into our second home, which is a beautiful, beautiful log cabin. And for the moment that we walked in the house, I mean, you gotta imagine, it's all pine. You walk in, the cool smell of pine, and I looked at him and I said, does it smell better paid for, or is it just me? And it was really just kind of fun. We were both thinking the same thing at the same moment.
Maybe you're not in debt yourself. You've done well with the defense side of your finances. But although you make a nice income and are good with your money, you're starved for time. Or there is just too much stress involved in what you do. This may be because too much of your income is active income.
Active income is trading time for money. Passive income is investing in an asset that creates ongoing income whether you're asleep or awake.
As a doctor, I was doing pretty good, but I was working all the time. Had no time with my family, with my kids.
Did a lot of accounting work, and the good thing was we made some decent money. The problem was it used up all of our time.
Got the degree, got the job, working hard for a company. Yeah, once we started learning the principles, man, that whole thing changed. It really took the shackles off. It was like, it was almost like getting hope back in your life.
As we started building this passive income, now we're in a situation we have the money coming in, but also the time.
We've been able to change everything that's gone on in our life.
He can stay at home with us and with our children, and it's amazing how we don't have to worry.
Freedom. And I'm not even talking just financial freedom. I'm talking about freedom to have the time to be where we want to be. Travel.
I was able to take my dad and my son out to Colorado and do a big game hunting trip. Just having the time to do that, not having to check with somebody to see if it's okay.
We can now do the things that we want to do and live the life that we've always wanted.
It's time for you to get financially fit with the offense, defense, and playing field of personal finance.
What would you do If your passive income exceeded your expenses,
who is it you would become if time and money were not a limiting factor?
Imagine the possibilities.
what would you do?
Who would you help? Who would you be? What causes could you donate to?
Where will you live?
In the mountains, the ocean.
Where would you travel?
Which places would you visit?
What could you provide for your kids?
Who would you help?
Your mom, your family, your community.
What would you attempt if you knew you wouldn't fail?
How many lives could you change if you were financially free?
When's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago. When's the second best time? Right now.
How big?
How big?
How big?
How big can you dream?